My streaming. This one should be relatively quick.
Yeah, you probably have
We don't want this running out of film.
Each meeting will stop.
Yeah. That's the thing about it. I'm so delighted to imagine doing that thing. I told you I can't let go in the end. I can't deal with two. I should just do that. Now concentrate on making sure that my next door neighbour goes to court.
Oh, right.
Why do we have 1859?
Because after time
It was a very bad year, 1859.
it was for some.
1900 was not much better. Things going on. Diseases, Spanish flu, all sorts of that.
Spanish flu is medical.
No, it's medical here. These things coming in here. My God, I just want to let you know something. I have many
Chair, ladies and gentlemen, before the meeting starts, I have a statement I wish to make. With the exception of Councillor, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
With the exception of Councillor Thompson, whose email address I don't have, I emailed HPC Councillors Burkill, Tolver, Thompson, Bruton, Moore and Samson yesterday concerning an issue the Parish Council faces. In October 2016, a false allegation was made by Mr A. Bruton that I and others had, on Saturday the 8th of October, assaulted him both verbally and physically in the Bull's Head, Handforth. These allegations were contained in an email produced by the then Councillor Thompson on the 12th of October and sent to the parish clerk and copied to all HPC councillors. I did receive responses from the then councillors Burgess, Samson and Sullivan, but none from councillors Tolver or Clark. These accusations became public as I was not in any way my role as councillor, but also there were other members of the public accused of the same thing. CCTV in the Bull's Head showed no evidence of any assault on Mr Bruton. No assault was reported to either bar staff or pub management, either at the time or afterwards. No assault was reported to the police at the time or afterwards. Mr Bruton advised that the accusation had been lodged with an appropriate authority. All I know is that it wasn't the police. Despite a number of emails between Councillor Thompson, Mr Bruton and myself, this false allegation still exists. A recorded delivery letter was sent by myself to the Bruton family in 2017, requesting withdrawal of the false allegations. To date, I have received no reply to this communication. Any comments made by myself to Councillor Thompson since that time regarding this issue have been met with silence, a look away and a hasty exit. The situation has now changed. Councillor Thompson is no longer an HPC councillor. Mr Bruton is now Councillor Bruton of HPC. There's an elephant in the room, and the false allegation against me and others is still unresolved. Other comments contained in the then Councillor Thompson's 12th October email and attributed to the Bruton family by Councillor Thompson are also extremely questionable, such as Mr Bruton and his family have subsequently advised me that should any councillor or their associates seek to harm or abuse Mr Bruton and his family in any way, immediate action will ensue, including the threat to seek the closure of the council. In light of these past events and previous threats to break his legs on social media operated by Councillor Burgess. Neither myself nor anyone I know has ever threatened to break Mr. Brewerton's or anybody else's legs. I also do not believe that the Brewerton family have the authority to close the parish council.
As the meeting hasn't started,
During the membership of the previous HPC, it's been possible to a degree to ignore these false allegations made by a member of the public, despite the allegations being published by the then Councillor Thompson.
Excuse me.
Following Mr. Brewerton's election this month to HPC,
Can we take this out of the
excuse me,
meeting?
Councillor, I'm actually
This has
speaking.
nothing to do
Well,
with
you're
the
not
parish
talking
Oh,
council.
it has everything to do with the parish
I
council.
know nothing about those.
You didn't receive the email?
I've received the email, but I know nothing about the...
Well, I'm telling you about them now.
Well, I
I'm
don't
giving you
want
the
to know.
information,
To
Councillor.
be quite honest, I don't want to know.
Oh, that's fair.
I want to get on with the business on this.
Neither I nor anybody I was
This is
with
a
that
private
evening
matter.
assaulted Mr.
It's nothing
Brewerton.
whatever to do with the council.
It's to do with the
You don't think
councillor.
so?
Excuse me.
It's a different
It's to do with the
council.
councillor. He threatened a licensee in front of me.
That's a private matter.
Makes no difference.
It's nothing to do with us.
You've got
Well,
your second
perhaps you let me
council.
finish, we can get on with council business.
I hope so, yes.
Neither I nor anybody I was with that evening assaulted Mr. Brewerton. A retraction of these false allegations and a public apology by Councillor Brewerton to all those smeared by these allegations is essential to ensure that those elected to HPC will work together
You as well.
for the residents of Handforth without this allegation in the background. I'm asking for all HP councillors' support in finding a solution to this issue to ensure that HPC effectively serves the Handforth community. If HPC councillors do not feel it necessary to take any action regarding these false allegations of criminal behaviour, perhaps they could answer the following. Would it be acceptable for me to email all councillors on behalf of a member of the public, as Mr. Thompson did, and this member of the public wished to accuse a member of HPC of being a paedophile or supplying drugs to teenagers? Would that be acceptable? It's a criminal offence. I've been accused of a criminal offence by Mr. Brewerton, and I'm stuck with it. It's out there. So are other people who've been accused by this person.
Take it outside then.
Unfortunately, that's what Mr. Brewerton might want. But I'm not going to do that. I want everybody to be aware of the situation that's been put to me and has been caused by, initially, Councillor Thompson doing that email and accepting that Mr. Brewerton was guilty, has been assaulted when he hasn't. I'd just like to point out then, when Councillor Talbot brought his point of order on the 14th of March 2017, he accused Councillor Sullivan and I of fabrication. I disproved these accusations and he signed off with, "Here is a problem we now face in Handforth. As members of the public, as councillors, as the parish clerk, when these councillors speak, are we able to have any confidence in what they say? For the next, as he said then, 2 years, can we operate in the shadow of serious doubt? I'm concerned that I'm still being accused of assault, and you can just put an accusation out there and just leave it without any proof at all."
Take civil action then and solve it.
That's all I've got to say.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the annual meeting of Handforth Parish Council. This is my final meeting as chair, and before I open the agenda, I'd just like to say a few thank yous. Thank you to all the public who turned out and supported me. It's been most appealing. I leave the council in a very healthy position. I hope that we can all work together and continue with our projects, especially the light switch on, the lights, the CCTV, the neighbourhood plan, but most of all, I'd like to thank my husband Christopher for all the support he's given me. Right, I'd now like to open the meeting. The first item on the agenda is 1911-1 to elect a chair to Handforth Parish Council and sign the Declaration of Acceptance. Can I have nominations, please?
I'd like to nominate Councillor Talbot.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder? Councillor Brewerton. All those in favour? Congratulations, Councillor Talbot. You are now the new chair.
Signing of the Declaration of Office. There. Thank you, Ryan.
That's right. Not to be used on my checks. gentleman at the back, does he hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's the easiest way of checking. Okay. Thank you everybody, and as Cindy said, welcome to the meeting of the Parish Council. We've got 3 meetings this evening. There's the first one, which is the sort of formalities of establishing committees and councillors and what have you. Then there's some sort of fairly pedestrian stuff in the second meeting, again mostly formalities, and then there's a planning meeting towards the end. The first meeting, we only have half an hour scheduled for that, and about 2 hours worth of stuff to talk about. So we'll crack on with that pretty quickly. I would like to say though, just before we start properly, congratulations to those candidates who became elected, and a real thank you to all the candidates who stood and didn't get elected, because we need that kind of democracy. It's pretty rugged if you stand and don't get elected. It's a tough experience. But we need people to do it even if they don't get elected, so thanks to all. The agenda starts off with apologies for absence, which we've got everybody here, so we can skip over that one. Then we go into the open forum, declarations of interest, pecuniary and non-pecuniary. Does anybody have any? I've got one as far as the minutes of the last meeting is concerned. We went through that for a little while. I think that's in the second meeting, is it? Okay, so the open forum is a 15-minute slot for members of the public to make any representations they wish to make for anything that's on the business agenda. That's on the first of the agendas that you may have if you've sat on the chair with an agenda in it. Could I just have a show of hands of anybody who's going to want to speak in this first session, so we can schedule things? Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, we can get on with the actual agenda itself now. Okay. So, yeah. So the first item is to elect a vice chair. Any nominations for vice chair?
I'd like to nominate Olive Bruton.
Councillor Bruton, okay. I'll second that. Votes for? 3 votes against? Sorry, I was voting for as well.
There.
I'd like to abstain, please.
Yeah, fine. 10 more forms on each side. There you go.
Okay. Next one is to elect members to the various committees that we currently have established. That's the Finance Committee. Can we have a show of hands from anybody who would like to serve on the Finance Committee?
Great, good.
The Planning and Environment Committee.
That you two as well, sorry.
Yeah. And the Finance Committee. Environment Committee, sorry.
Yeah.
Can we have a vote to support all of that? I'll move that we support all of those.
Seconded, yep. All in favour? Yep.
Chair, for the benefit of the tapes, Can the clerk read out the names and the appropriate groups, please?
It'll be on the minutes.
It'll be on the minute.
It'll be on the minutes, and I also do a separate list as well, a table with it all on, so if you want that, I can send it out.
Okay, there's now a list of various working groups and the like. We probably won't establish many of these because I think a lot of this needs to be determined by the various subcommittees or committees rather. The devolution group, devolution of assets. I don't even know if we're going to continue with that, are we? Does anybody feel great motivation to continue with that group?
Yes, yeah, I do. I think that, I'm happy to continue on that.
Okay. Does anybody else want to serve on that group?
I should point out that the clerk has also been heavily involved in that as well.
I'm generally involved in all of these, yeah.
The children's event and the grants, I'll be bringing forward a proposal that we have a new committee to deal with various social type activities. So I think that would be more.
Sorry, I can't hear. Can you speak up, please? Can't hear you.
I probably can't speak much louder. My throat's not very good, so I'm doing the best I can.
The recommendation was if you bring the actual much closer to your mouth, it doesn't work.
It might start to go. We'll see what happens. That's what I was afraid of. The last several proposed lead councillors, I think will go into the Planning and Environment Committee. So I don't think we really need to spend any further time on this.
Can I make a suggestion, Chair? It's only a suggestion. There are some that are just representatives.
Yeah.
And I am aware that some of the councillors